So I heard you have a problem when you drag your clip into Premiere or your photo, it's zoomed in. Is that true? If so, let's take a look at how we can fix that. So open up Premiere and let's dive in. What we're gonna do is I've created a 1080p sequence here already. So if we go to our sequence settings under our 1080 sequence, we'll see that the height is 1920 and the width is 1920 and the height is 1080. So that's a 1920 by 1080 timeline. What's happening, what your issue is likely is that you're dragging in a video clip or a photo that is larger than 1920 by 1080. So when you drag it into your timeline, you're dealing with a box this size and you're dragging in a file this size. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's basically what you're doing. So on our 1080 sequence, if we bring in a 1080 clip like this one, and we throw it there and keep our settings, we see that, okay, it's fine. And if we go up to effect controls here and click on the clip, we see that it's at 100 scale. And a good way to check this is if you just scale out, okay, it's clearly 1080, it's perfect at 100. Great. That's not the problem you've been having. The problem you've been having is when you drag a 4K or a large image in, and I'm gonna say keep existing settings, and now we have this 4K file and it is zoomed in. What your issue, the file is the footage or the image is zoomed in. So actually if we click this and we go up to our effect controls up here and then we bring this down, you'll see, oh crap. Okay, so it's making sense now, I bet. So if you just go to 50, you know that's perfectly, you've taken the 4K and you've turned it into 1080 clip. I mean, not really, but that's what you've done for the sake of this. So obviously when you're editing, time is of the essence and you want to get this stuff done. So let's say we bring in this clip again. I just deleted it. I'm just going to do it right from scratch. Let's bring in the clip. Okay. Now we have our clip that is clearly zoomed in. So now what I want to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to select set to frame size. So let's do that. Oh, magic. So now it's actually, made it 1080. Perfect. And if we go to effect controls and click on it, we see that it's actually reduced the scale to 50 for us. So that's the easiest way to do it. So set to frame size, you'll see instantly if I undo that, and then we have effect controls open, we see it's at 100 right now. Right click, set to frame size, just reduces it to 50. You can see that right up there. It just makes that change. Now, the question is, what is this other one? What is scale to scale the frame size? I don't know why they make these so similar, but anyway. So let's actually undo that and get back to the zoomed in clip, which is at 100. Let's right click and do scale to frame size. And this is the one you do not want to use. Let's see what happens. Okay, worked. But now, what's our problem? It says 100%. Why is that a problem? That's destructive editing. We don't want to do destructive editing, just like you don't want to do destructive photo editing when you're doing Photoshop and stuff. What does destructive mean? Well, it means that now basically Adobe has rasterized, I think is what they say, rasterize the clip so that they've made the clip 1080 now, which means that if you want to scale that clip back up at any point, you're screwed. I mean, you can do it, but it's not a good idea because you're losing quality when you go over 100%. I hope that makes sense. So let's say that we do say we want to zoom it back into, what we did have at one point was a zoomed in clip, and we should be able to do that. But now that we've rasterized it as a 1080 clip, now it's just, we're losing information. We're losing quality as we zoom in. So the better way to do it is, let's undo this, all of this crap. Oh, now I just deleted it. I'm going to redo. So now we've got our zoomed in clip. What you want to select to make it quick, set to frame size. That is non-destructive editing. Now we've got our 50% up here, and we can zoom it into 100, or we can take it out to 50. and we can do as we wish. So essentially what's happening when you right click and you click that set to frame size, all you have to do, if you don't see like, whoa, where did it make that change? Make sure you have the clip highlighted, and then make sure you go to effect controls up here, or it might be somewhere else on your, whatever your setup is. Go to effect controls and you'll see the scale has changed. That's basically it. And if you can't see effect controls, you want to go to window, and then you just want to go down to effect controls, and then effects down here is your, transitions and stuff, but just window, effect controls, and that's it. So let me know if this makes sense to you, and especially that destructive versus non-destructive editing, because that is a really important thing to understand, not only in video editing, but in photo editing and basically any media that you're creating. You want to do non-destructive editing if you can at all times. So if that's making sense to you, or if it's not, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do a whole video on destructive versus non-destructive editing in the future. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I'll see you on the next one.